Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cool holly wreath made out of playing cards. It's very similar to this Sliceform Torus that I had made previously, which is based on the principle of Villarceau circles, which is basically the shape you get when you do a cross-section through a torus. In order to make this, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need 4 copies of the templates, which are available on my website. These are sized for playing cards, and you're going to also need playing cards. I'm using 2 different colors, green Monarchs and green Knock deck. I thought the two-tone effect would look nice when they're crisscrossed in the final structure. I'm using an X-Acto knife, some scissors, and a cutting mat as well. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take one of your templates, and I like to make these little crosshairs at the corners of each of the playing card outlines. This is so that I'll be able to align the playing cards to the back of the template. Okay, so now we have a set of crosshairs for each rectangle that go through to the back of the page, and that will make aligning the playing cards to the templates on the front very simple. I'm going to use 2 of each type of card, and 2 of them are going to be used for the pieces which have slits coming from the arced edge, and then the other ones will be used for the ones with the slits going from the pointed tips of the holly leaves. So I'll put the Monarchs down here and the Knocks up here. I'm going to put them face down because I'm not necessarily worried about cutting all the way through the card on the first pass. I'm really just trying to score the top edge, and then I can take it off the template and be able to trace over those lines with the X-Acto knife again. So just tape the cards to those crosshair patterns and then flip it over. And I'm going to cut these into more manageable size. Okay, so now we've got 4 of the cards done, and we're going to need to do this for all 4 pages. Alright, I'm just going to take one of them and show you the cutting process. It's pretty simple, pretty much just cut along all the black lines. I start with the slits, because they're the most important to get exactly right. And then I just start going around, and eventually you'll get this. The goal is to do this for all the cards. Cut out the exterior shape, and you can throw away this perimeter and just keep this part. Okay, so I've cut all my cards. I can get rid of all this cool looking garbage, but it is pretty cool to see all the cutouts. And I've got 8 pieces of each. Now, cutting the slits. I just scored these before, but it's really important to cut these with scissors. And you want to make sure that you cut actually to the right of the slit and then a little bit to the left of the slit. And this isn't a lot, but you just need to get enough of that card out of there so that there's some thickness to that cut. And this is so that you can slide the other cards in and it won't warp the cards out of shape. So you're going to cut the slits for all those pieces that you just cut out. And again, making sure that there's a little bit of thickness to those cuts. Alright, now we've got all of our pieces cut and slit, and now it's time to start assembling. This is definitely going to be the trickiest part of the process. I start by putting the center of one through the center of the other, and then basically what you're going to do is align the length of the cut with the length of the other cut. So for example, this is the 3rd prong on the Monarch going into the 3rd prong on the Knock. And it's kind of tough to describe, but they're going to be continually offset. And as I continue to put these in, you'll start to see kind of how these go. So yeah, just start at the center of 2 of the pieces and intersect those, and then start adding more outward from there. This actually took me about 25 minutes to get together, so it's not a simple process, and it will fall apart on you sometimes. It takes a lot of patience. I'm going to kind of try to walk you through the process here in a slightly sped up version. Yeah, so this one right here isn't even quite working for me. The points on these holly leaves actually make this kind of difficult because they just get stuck on everything. So you're not only fighting with the slits going into the of the top pieces and the bottom pieces going into each other, but you're battling these sharp points on the holly leaves. So it is going to be difficult. don't be afraid to take out a piece and kind of start from scratch. So here I've got one upper piece going through 3 bottom pieces. And then I'm taking another upper piece and I'm just going to start going from the other direction because this might work better. I don't know. I'm not kidding when I tell you this is expert level compared to the simple Sliceform Torus that I have made previously. These holly leaves really make this a pain in the butt, but it's going to be worth it. All right, I'm going to start from here, and I've got a little bit of crisscross action going. I finally got that piece in, and I think what's going to work is adding the bottom pieces, these ones cut from the Monarchs that have the slits through the tips of the high leaves. I'm going to add those first because they're kind of coming from the inside of the donut shape, and it's going to be easier to get those in place first, and then add the ones from the outside. Yeah, I think that doing it this way, where you add the bottom pieces one at a time and then add one top piece to lock them in, is the way to go. I'm using the center point as the alignment as I add these new top pieces. So the longest point I'm putting in first, and then I'm going through and matching up all the smaller slits. So be careful as you try to weave these in, because you don't want the ones before to fall out. Eventually they will get locked into place, but getting to that point is a little bit of a process. It's starting to take form here. As you can see, sometimes this can be a little bit of a pain because I don't want to let go with my left hand here as I'm trying to weave this stupid third point in. I'm going to get it. Oh, it's so close. Just get that slot going in. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. There it goes. Whew. Man, alright, I got all 3 of them at once. That was nice. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit more. And after going around a little bit, you're going to get to a point where you can actually close the circle. Here I'm just connecting the one piece, but if you stand it on edge, you can actually kind of see where the slices still need to go. I'm going to actually put the last 2 inside pieces, Monarch cards, with the cuts in the holly leaves first. That way we can complete one direction of these leaves. Slide this one in, and I can close the circle, and then we've got one slice left. So take that last piece, and it's pretty obvious where it has to go. So I'm going to slide that in right now. And at this point, the torus will really start locking itself together. As soon as I get this final piece in, it's going to be pretty solid, and then it's just be those last couple pieces on the outside, which will really, really secure it. Once this bad boy's together, it's not coming apart very easily. Okay, and there we go. I've got all of the bottom pieces in, and now it's just a matter of sliding in these last couple tops. I'm going to do that real quickly. At this point, it's just a matter of getting those last couple connections, anything that may have slid out of place as you were assembling, these last couple small ones on the inside. Go around and just check each connection point, make sure everything is slotted in. Go around, kind of squeeze a little bit. Oh, there's one I missed. Let's get that guy in there. Alright, and just like that, you're going to have a nice form of a holly wreath made out of playing cards. So that's our finished project. If you want to go one step further, you can add some ribbon or some other accessories. I'm adding a bow here. I did a little wrapping with some paper. It's not actually ribbon, it's just red paper. Gives it a little flourish. You might also consider adding some berries, but why add normal berries when you can add playing card themed berries? I cut out some pips from the cards and thought those might make some nice berries. I'm not going to add them here, but you could do whatever you want. So make it your own, have some fun, and good luck.